much for joining me for another Sophisticated Saturday. Today we're going to be working through my to-do list and hopefully getting a lot of things done. I have some cleaning planned, maybe going for a walk outside, and something that I'm really excited about. I'm going to try and make some homemade bagels. So I hope you guys will join me and we'll have a productive Saturday together. So let's go.
You might be the one that truly got me. I feel it too. You might be the one that truly got me. I feel it too.
I'm such a proponent of to-do lists and like to make them twice a week, once at the beginning of the weekend and once at the beginning of the week. That way I have a guideline for what I want to get accomplished during the weekdays and a separate one for the weekend. Even though I know this weekend is going to be more of a relaxing weekend for me and I don't have a ton to do, I still want to take the time to write it all out and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Of course, the first thing I do after I've gotten dressed, done my hair and my makeup is head back into my bedroom and make my bed. I don't know about you, but I definitely do not have a productive day if I haven't stopped and made my bed.
You might be the one that truly got me. I feel it too.
I usually recommend that you start with your most difficult tasks first, or the ones that really need to get done. That way you get them out of the way first and you can move on to the fun things second. I'm not taking my own advice here, and I'm actually starting with making bagels because I'm just so excited to make them and I need breakfast. I've only made homemade bagels once before and they were so delicious. I knew I had to make them again, and I was completely surprised at how easy it really is to make them at home. So if you've never tried homemade bagels, I'm going to link the recipe in the description box below that I used. So hopefully you can try them at home too and taste how delicious they are. The first step is to make the dough, and all you're putting in here is salt, water, oil, bread flour, sugar, and yeast. There's an example of what not to do. I had a little bit of a flour mishap, and I am one of those bakers that just has to make some sort of a mess every single time I cook. Now that the dough is done in the texture that I want it to be, I'm going to take it out of the mixer, put it in a bowl, and wet a dishcloth and lay it on top so it hopefully doubles in size. With a load in the washing machine, I'm going to head back to the kitchen and make some overnight oats. I like to do all of my cooking at the same time. That way I'm not cleaning the kitchen multiple times throughout the day. So I'm going to move on to some overnight oats. And I've shared overnight oat recipes with you guys before, but this blueberry one is a real winner. to the bagels. I just checked on them and the dough has risen, so I'm going to get the oven started and start dividing it.
I'm getting stronger, 'cause I'm fine on my own.
Forming the dough into the bagels really isn't too difficult. You just roll them into long logs, connect the two ends together, and I like to pinch it so it forms a seal and then roll right over that seal. The cooking process for these homemade bagels is a two-step process. So first you're gonna boil them in some water, and I add honey to it just to kind of sweeten it up a little bit and to make sure they get a nice brown coloring. The second step after you've put all of your different toppings on is to bake them in the oven. While the water boils, I'm going to start making my first topping, and I know you can buy everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's. That one's really popular. I know Costco even sells one, but I don't have any of that on hand, so I'm going to make my own. With the water boiling, you'll see that I'm going to add the bagels 2 at a time and let them cook for 30 seconds on one side, flip them over, let them cook for another 30 seconds, take them out and top them. These last two are going to be cinnamon sugar bagels, which honestly makes me think of my childhood, and they are such a sweet, decadent treat, and I absolutely love them with cream cheese. I, of course, have to make the cinnamon sugar topping, so I'm melting some butter, gonna add brown sugar, and some cinnamon sugar that I have on hand as well. Okay, look how good those look. So now that all of the bagels have their toppings, into the oven they go. It's all about multitasking, so while the bagels are in the oven, I'm back to the laundry and I'm gonna put everything in the dryer that can go in the dryer and pull out all the different things that I need to hang dry and hang dry them in my bedroom.
Tonight we're running on the right track. I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whatever, 'cause I'm up for anything like that. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat in the street, every freak out singing like.
We could hardly wait for the bagels to cool off, so we ate them while they were still warm, which made them even better. We split half a cinnamon sugar bagel and half an everything bagel, and even now I'm not sure if I could pick which one was my favorite. I loved them both.
Freaking out to the beat, you freak out, sing like. Where's the fun in doing what you're told? But I don't mind even though I lose control.
Crossing off making overnight oats and making my bagels off my to-do list, which don't even feel like actual to-do list items to me. That was really fun because I enjoy cooking so much. After making a pretty decent mess, I need to clean off the tabletop and do all of the dishes.
So tonight we just let go. To the beat in the street, every freak out singing like. Singing like. Party like. Freaking out to the beat, yeah we freak out singing like. Singing like. Party like. Freaking out to the beat, yeah we freak out singing like. So baby, come and take my hand tonight. bed, fighting ghosts in my head. Wish that I could let you go.
So since I had the dishwasher running while I was cooking this morning, I didn't have the option of putting away my dishes as I went. So I just left them all in the sink, and now I need to empty it and get them back into the dishwasher. Sometimes I even prefer this strategy just because you can get it done all at the same time and you don't have to keep opening the dishwasher and closing it again while you're cooking, and you can just focus on each task at hand. While it might seem silly to have things on your to-do list like do the dishes, clean the kitchen, because it seems obvious after you've been cooking, those are the things that I really like to have on my to-do list because it feels good to be able to cross something off, and you should recognize that doing the dishes and giving your kitchen a quick clean is still hard work, so don't be afraid to write down things like that on your to-do list.
Laying in your bed, fighting ghosts in my head. Wish that I could let you go. Remember all we had. How could we get this bad? Where did we lose our glow? You live, you learn. When your heart is set to burn, fading away until my life will return. Someone bring me back to the time when our hearts unite. Bring me back to the time when our hearts unite.
Again, multitasking. So while I was eating and cleaning the kitchen down, my clothing was in the dryer, and now that I'm done with the kitchen, the clothing's done, so I'm gonna sit down and fold it.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so. Pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Shot away.
So I hear all the time that people don't like doing their laundry, and I'm kind of curious which part of the laundry is the hardest for you. Some people, their clothing gets stuck in the dryer and they hate folding it. For me, I don't mind folding my laundry that much. I usually sit down and listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video, or watch something on TV. But that last step of putting my clothing away for some reason is so hard for me.
Won't let you touch me, won't let you go to my head. Cause I know I'm dealing with the devil. But I'm standing with my heart in your hand, and I'm too deep into in this gamble. Hold me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I
sure I've been on my feet all day, so I'm gonna pick an easy task where I can sit down. So I'm gonna sit down and go through my emails. On the weekends, it's always really nice to get outside and get some fresh air and go for a walk. So the last thing we're gonna do for the day before we just kind of relax is to head out and go for about an hour-long walk.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in.
One of my favorite things about going for a walk with somebody else is that it's a really great way to connect. Usually it's a time where you're not using your phone, you're not checking your emails, and it's just time alone for the two of you.
The skies, all because of you. Dripping lights, paint the skies, only you can make me move.
Well, that's all I have planned for today. We got a bunch of stuff done, and I hope that you had a productive Saturday along with me. If this is the type of video that you like, make sure to subscribe for more, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I post another video, give this one a thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you later.